Hello everyone, Sam here to make another video about the Guardians of the United States. And today we have the Guardians of Utah Part 3. That's right, the third part of the Utah Arc is officially here. Can't wait to show you it, guys. It's going to be fun, it's going to be exciting. But first, I have to warn you first, do not watch this video if you're under the age of 18, as this video may talk about some pretty sensitive topics that may not be suitable for kids, alright? So I'm just telling you right now. Alright, let me repeat that again. Do not watch this video if you're under the age of 18, as this video may talk about some pretty sensitive topics that may not be suitable for kids, right? So I'm just telling you right now, you have been warned. So let's get into this. Now, who is this character? The Apostle of Death and Warfare. Why is this character symbolized by a wolf and a bell and everything? What is this character supposed to mean? What's this character represent and everything? Well, I can't wait to tell you. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. As I'm going to be transferring here in just a little bit, as I'm going to be telling you about the third Garden of Utah, or aka the Human Temple. As I'm going to be doing that, and ready for this? 3, 2, 1. As you can see right here, Carol P. Johnson. Now, who is Carol P. Johnson? Well, she's the third Guardian of Utah, but she's also considered to be the strongest. She's also considered to be the strongest woman on the Pantheon trio. As she's there physically, she's the third strongest. She's the strongest of the Pantheon trio and everything. But what's this character all about? What's this character stand for and everything? And why is this character symbolized by a wolf and everything? Well, let's get to it all, as in right here. So let's do this. As in right here, this young lady is Carol P. Johnson, who is one of the Guardians of Utah, a very serious but strong young lady who is one of Paul Smith's girlfriend slash apostle for Paul J. Smith, who also has business relationships with the very controversial but popular tech company WBT, or aka Boom Technologies, as she helps with supplying security and bodyguards to the WBT, and is very a popular but controversial figure in the great state of Utah, well known for living and preaching her body is my temple philosophy and being a bodyguard for the Rain Man. I mean, hell, Bright Flash magazine have nicknamed her the Human Temple. However, what people don't know is Carol P. Johnson is a mutant with a secret agenda. Now, what is that secret agenda? What is this agenda all about? Well, I'm going to tell you right now, because this is going to be the official backstory of Carol P. Johnson. So let's get to this. You see, Carol P. Johnson had a rough backstory. You see, Carol Johnson was born in the year of September 7th, 1995, and Carol Johnson was born in the city of Salt Lake City, Utah, and Carol never knew her parents and was given up for adoption. And now back to Carol Johnson. And Carol Johnson had a terrible childhood as she was raised at an orphanage in the city of St. George, Utah, and Carol Johnson had it very rough within the orphanage as the other children weren't so kind to her, and the people who owned the orphanage weren't any better, as they were extremely strict and just plain cruel as the punishments if the children were misbehaving, if the children were misbehaving, and these punishments included terrible lashings or being locked up into a dark and a cold basement for 24 hours. And final punishment, they would not feed you. And Carol Johnson had to endure and adapt to this, and this would be the moment Carol would be inspired by her "my body is my temple" philosophy. Now, Carol hated living at the orphanage due to her being very mistreated, due to her being related to the Johnson family. And who is the Johnson family? Well, the Johnson family were a family of bankers who were connected to a terrible incident called the St. George Bank collapse, which did in fact have devastating consequences on St. George's economy, and this incident is what made the Johnson family very hated after this point. And Carol hated her family name and wishes that she could just erase it forever. And this went on for quite some time. However, luckily, everything would change in the year of December 8th, 2013. The St. George City Police Department did a raid on the orphanage, arresting the owners of the orphanage for child abuse and child neglect, and the children were rescued. Now, 2 weeks later, after the raid, Carol Johnson would be sent to a facility to get counseling and treatment for all the years of being abused, and this would be the moment her life did in fact change for the better, as she met a man by the name John Patterson. John Patterson, who would be the man to help her with her trauma. Now, here we go right here. Now, John Patterson would take her, would take her in, and was a mentor to her. And in the year of May 15, 2016, she would get over her trauma due to the help of John Patterson. And later, John used his connections to help Carol get into a college university, and this would be the moment she met the man Paul J. Smith. And life did change yet again for years to come, as she would study and would also hang out with Paul J. Smith, as in right here, sorry if the phone is blurry, but would get into very heated arguments with two other girls, one being Abby White, and the other is a creepy girl. However, tragedy would strike in the year of May 29th, 2020, as Carol was working out her body thinking about Paul J. Smith, not realizing that terrible storm would form and strike the college, causing mass damage and even mass casualties everywhere. And as Carol is running around searching for Paul J. Smith, only to see him on his knees, crying, with Abby K. White standing right next to him, with her hand, sorry if the phone's blurry, with her hand placed on his shoulder, but his younger brother Thomas, not so much. Sorry if the phone is blurry, not so much. Killed by flying debris. Now, as Paul starts crying and Abby starts panicking and Carol starts shaking, not knowing what to do, and when things look dark and hope is lost, but all of a sudden, okay, ready for this? The entity known as the Follower would appear out of light, and not only gifted Paul Smith his mutant power, but also Abby, Carol, and even the creepy girl their very own mutant powers. And Carol P. Johnson makes a promise to one day become the girl that Paula J. Smith wants, and live a life where her body or her temple is full of vitality and perfection in order to reach the level of God. Alright? That is the official backstory of Carol P. Johnson, or aka the Human Temple. Now, let me guys know if you like this character. Do you like her backstory? Do you like her design and everything? You like her design? Do you like her nicknames and everything? Let me guys know in the comment section below. Now, next, I'm going to get into more things about Carol P. Johnson, and I'm going to be doing that. Ready for this? In 3, 2, 1. As you can see right here, guys, here's some more things about Carol P. Johnson. Born in 1995, age 32, height 6.4, weight 168.200. Race, Caucasian. Nicknamed the Human Temple, or nicknamed the Bodyguard of God, or nicknamed the Delta Queen of Security. Personality. This young lady is a due diligence type of girl who is one of the guardians of Utah, and is a girlfriend and is Paul J. Smith's top bodyguard, and is nicknamed Human Temple. Alright, now this is this character's personality. When you first see her, she is calm and very observant, who has a serious expression on her face, and has an intimidating presence that will frighten most men, and has knowledge on how to adapt to any nearby surroundings, and is committed to the task at hand of safeguarding and protecting her master, or even die trying. However, she has her weaknesses. These are her weaknesses. For example, her own hot-headed temper has in fact gotten her into serious trouble, which leads to her second weakness, is her own greedy spirit. Her constant obsession of wanting and attaining more power has in fact blinded her into making terrible mistakes. However, she might have her weaknesses, but don't let your guard down. She's still a strong but dangerous woman who will one day become the girl that Paul J. Smith wants and live a life where her body or her temple her temple is full of vitality and perfection in order to reach the level of God. So that is what this character is. That's her dreams, her ambitions. That's her height and everything. Let me guys know if you like that. If you like this character's dreams and everything. Now next I'm going to be transferring again, as I'm going to be telling you more about Carol P. Johnson. And ready for this in 3, 2, 1. As you can see right here, description. This is this character's description. She wears a red and blue bodyguard uniform, complete with black dress shoes, and she wears a black butterfly-shaped bow tie, and she wears white gloves. Hold on. And she wears white fingerless gloves, and she wears a dark blue Velcro cap with the WBT logo on the front of the cap, and she wears a black police belt, and she wears black eyeliner, and she has a skinny waist and has long, calm, light brown hair and a ponytail, and she has one black eye and one white eye, and she has black and white painted fingernails, and she has a bright red sun-shaped orb engraved in her chest, and she has a muscular body with muscular arms and has a six-pack in the middle, and she carries a red and blue technological umbrella and also carries and wears very fancy black sunglasses. Alright, that is this character's description. Now I'm going to get into this character's mutant power, so let's get into it. It's a really cool ability, that being right here. Her mutant power is called Sound Body, and this ability goes like this. Anytime anybody attacks her body, will emit very strong sound waves that not only deafen you, but also blows you away, and this ability also gives her superhuman strength and speed, and a ton of endurance and durability, and has hardening, and has body hardening, being able to harden her body to the being able to harden her body to be harder than steel, and has body structure manipulation, being able to manipulate her own body structure. And this is this character's ultimate move. Her ultimate move is this: she can form a strong iron-like armor around her entire body that gives her the ability to crush anything she touches. Alright, that is this character's ability. That is the power of Sound Body. Now this ability is pretty strong. However, this power is kind of like a double-edged sword, because this power can only activate as long as she gets hit by, and also, even though this power is really strong, she also feels pain 10 times more than your average human. That is the only two drawbacks that this power has. Otherwise, this power is really good. It's really good at fighting people who are basically like brawlers. You know, like if you're fighting a brawler, like they only know how to throw a punch. This power is really good to counteract people who are like that. So let me guys know in the comment section below if you like this character's description and her mutant power. Would you guys have her mutant power? Let me guys know in the comment section below. Let me guys know what you guys think about this ability and everything. Now next, I'm gonna be transferring again. As I'm gonna be telling you about another thing about Carol P. Johnson in 3, 2, 1. As you can see right here, the WBT, or Warfare and Security Department. Now what is this? What is this department? Well, I'm gonna tell you what it is, as in right here. Founded December 28th, 2022. This is the WBT, WSD, or aka Weatherboom Technologies Warfare and Security Department, a very well-known department for the WBT that was founded by Paul J. Smith, or aka the Rain Man, who founded this department for one reason only. The WBT WSD, or aka Weatherboom Technologies Warfare and Security Department, was founded to monitor, protect, and secure and fight back against anyone who poses a threat to any WBT facilities. Alright, Now, what does this have to do with Carol P. Johnson? Well, Carol P. Johnson does, in fact, control this department. She actually monitors this department quite well. Now, next, I'm going to transfer again about the company she founded in 3, 2, 1. As I used to see right here, this is the MCDW, or Military Contractor Deepwater. Now, what does this company do? Well, I'm going to tell you what it does, as in right here. Founded November 1st, 2022. This is the MCDW, or AK Military Contractor Deepwater, a very controversial but popular military contractor that was founded by a very popular but controversial figure known as Carol P. Johnson, who founded this military contractor for one reason and one reason only. The MCDW, or AK Military Contractor Deepwater, was founded to help build a very powerful army for Paul J. Smith, or aka the Rain Man, all to help build an empire that would be seen for generations to come. As this company is well known for not only training, but also supplying bodyguards or building an army for Paul J. Smith. Alright, as they're trying to build an army, basically, for Paul J. Smith. Now, next I'm going to tell you how this company is structured in 3, 2, 1. The Metamorphosis Hierarchy. Now, what is the Metamorphosis Hierarchy? I'm going to tell you what it is. The Metamorphosis Hierarchy is a hierarchy that categorizes people into many groups based on their body type, strength, endurance, survival skills, and will, and most importantly of all, their very own adaptation. And here's some examples of the Metamorphosis Hierarchy. This may include anyone who is fat and lazy and has no ability to endure this dark, cruel world, has no right to live due to being weak. Number 2, another example of the Metamorphosis Hierarchy. This may also include anyone who is willing to change and also has the ability to adapt and work out their body is great due to them willing to change. Well, due to them willing to change and also has the ability to adapt and to work out their body is great due to them wanting to improve their lives. And then third great example, as in right here, this may also finally include anyone who is physically in shape or is really strong and their body can adapt to anything is a sign of perfection, as they are so full of vital human life. Basically, this is how this company is structured, basically. Alright, it's structured like that. Those who have different, how I would put this, that was like how Carol P. Johnson puts it, this character. Anyone who is fat and lazy or has a very weak body structure is on the bottom of the hierarchy, while those who are strong and are in shape are on the top of the hierarchy. Alright, matter of fact, here's some more examples of the Metamorphosis Hierarchy, as in right here, the bottom of the hierarchy is called tadpoles. The tadpoles are at the bottom of the Metamorphosis Hierarchy due to them not having any survival skills or adaptation skills, and not having the ability to survive this dark, cruel world. Then you got the second part of the Metamorphosis Hierarchy, froglets. The froglets are on the second level of the Metamorphosis Hierarchy due to them being able to adapt and somewhat being in shape and having some survival skills. But then you got the third, which is on the very top of the hierarchy, Aurora. Aurora are at the top of the Metamorphosis Hierarchy due to them being a symbol of perfection, as their entire body is in shape and full of so much energy, and most importantly, vitality. Alright? As basically, this hierarchy categorizes people into different, as in right here, it categorizes people into many different groups based on their body type, strength, endurance, and survival skills, and how much they're able to adapt and survive in the wild. So that is the Metamorphosis Hierarchy. Let me guys know what you guys personally think about this character. That's how this company is also structured, by the way. You know, the military Deepwater deal. Now, next, I'm going to be telling you about the philosophy of Carol P. Johnson in 3, 2, 1. Now, as you can see right here, the My Body is My Temple philosophy. Now, what is this philosophy? I'm going to tell you what it is, as in right here. The My Body is My Temple philosophy is a philosophy that believes and preaches that the human body is the most precious thing in life and should be protected at all times, no matter the cost. Now, here's some 3 great examples of what this philosophy says and promotes. This may include training and working out one's body in order to improve or to make sure your body is in shape. Second example, this may also include training and working out one's body in order to get one's body to be able to adapt to anything that comes comes your way. And then the third example of my body is my temple philosophy, as in right here. Sorry, the phone's blurry. This may also finally include training and working out one's body in order to attain life-sustaining vitality that will keep one's body alive and well. So that is my body, my temple philosophy. Now next I'm going to tell you what this character symbolizes and all in 3, 2, 1. Now as you can see right here, and what does Carol P. Johnson represent, and why is she represented by a wolf? Well, those who don't know, wolves themselves are considered to be very, very greedy creatures, as they're well known for hunting in packs, as they're well known for being kind of like a wolf, like a lone wolf going around hunting people. Matter of fact, those who don't know, in the Middle Ages, anytime famines occurred, they would call it a wolf, due to them being very vicious animals. You know, due to them always wanting to eat more, eat a lot of food and everything, due to them being very greedy. Now, why is she also symbolized by a bell? Well, the bell symbolizes her power, sound body, and the crown that this wolf wears symbolizes the authority that Paula J. Smith gives her, the authority to tell people who lives, and who dies. That is what this character symbolizes and everything. Now, next I'm going to transfer again in 3, 2, 1. As you can see right here, thank you guys so much for liking. Don't forget to like and share, comment, subscribe to the video. Don't forget to follow me on my Twitter account at OddCinema899. Thank you guys so much for watching my videos and all. And also, let me guys know in the comment section below. What do you guys personally think about this character? Do you like this character? Do you like her abilities? Do you like her power? Do you like her abilities? The way she looks? Or do you like her backstory? Let me guys know in the comment section below. Do you also like what she symbolizes, that of a wolf? Do you like wolves? Are you guys a fan of wolves and everything? Let me guys know in the comment section below. And also, what do you guys personally think about the company she owns right here? The military contractor Deepwater, or let me guys personally what you guys think about the Metamorphosis hierarchy. Let me know in the comment section below and everything. So thank you guys so much for watching. Also, you guys are allowed to use this character. You guys are allowed to make stories about this character and all. So thank you guys so much for watching. Have a wonderful and very blessed day today. And as I've been saying, may God bless.